Welcome back to the fucking show.
It's the new year, baby, 2025. Let's fucking get it.
Let's not even talk about the time we spent off. Christmas ain't got no new toys, got new clothes.
What'd you get?
New year, what did I get? I got this jacket.
Oh, that's a nice jacket.
Yeah. It's not a
I
vest.
didn't know it was new.
It's actually,
Full jacket.
yeah, it's a full jacket.
Very good.
People have been like, is it just a vest? No, it's not. It's not. Got some candy too. Yummy, tasty. So,
Good.
we're back. It's 2025. The show's been on for years now. Do you understand that?
This show's older than most of our listeners.
Whoa. No, it's not. No, it fucking isn't. But look, I'm Geron, watching TV, Geron, and who are you?
Benjamin, 1 foot in the grave, to Benjamin.
So look, this is Memory Leak. We talk about fun stuff. Sometimes I get mad. I'm not going to tell you what that fun stuff is this time, because if you don't know by now, then you need to get the fuck off the fucking, get off the Spotify, get off the YouTube, and go educate yourself.
It's not my job to educate you.
Look, we are the ultimate haters this year. At least I am.
No, I would not consider myself the ultimate hater this year.
I don't care about your feelings. I don't care about your projects. I don't care about who you think runs the show. It's me. I run the fucking show. And when I run the fucking show, things change. Things change for the better. Maybe not for you, but they change for the better for me. And let's get it fucking started. What are we talking about today, Benjamin?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Kind of a left turn beginning.
Look.
That was very serious.
It's not that
Am
serious.
I on the
It's
Squid
okay.
Game?
What?
On the Squid Game
I don't watch Squid Game. You know why?
Because Mr. Beast.
Yeah, Mr. Breast ruined it for me. No,
Donald
I just haven't
Breast.
watched. Do you say yeah? Jimmy Breast.
Jimmy the Donald Breast.
Jimmy the Donald Breast. McBreasties. Ben sang a song about milk earlier. It was very crazy. But it might get into the. No, you didn't save it, did you?
No.
Damn. Okay, it's not saved. But look, new year. What does that mean? Metroid Prime 4, new Switch. Maybe we'll hear about
Metroid
Xbox's new
Prime
move.
4?
No.
Hopefully.
For certain, Metroid Prime
I
4.
don't know for sure.
They said 2025.
Well, they also didn't say they're going to reboot the game development either. Maybe they're going to reboot it again.
Then why would they reboot it again
so
after
that
this
we can
fucking
get
long?
Prime 2 and 3 remastered.
That's stupid. That's not why you reboot. They could just release those. They could release those next month.
But they won't.
Why do you say they won't?
It takes a fuck ton of time to give 2 and 3 the treatment they gave to 1.
Who says they haven't been working on it? It's been 2 years.
I do. I know.
It's been 2 years since Prime remastered. Can you fucking
Is
believe
it
it?
actually?
That was 2023, dog.
Like early?
Early
late?
2023. It was like February 2023.
I don't like that.
Well, you better fucking learn to get over it.
I never said
get
I'm
over
upset.
Yeah,
I
you
just
did.
said I don't like
You
it.
have fucking tears in your eyes. You fucking lame. No, I'm kidding. I'm not that much of a hater. I'm doing an act now. But yeah, no. Look. A lot of things are changing in the personal lives of the people on the show too.
Yeah.
Not going to talk about that in detail. Not your fucking business.
Talk about it in detail.
No, you talk about it.
Having a child. I think everyone knows
Everyone
that.
knows that.
Insinuated that at this point.
We're a month away. Like a month and a half away.
Still doesn't feel real. Wow.
No, it's real, dog. The clock's ticking in the
The alarmo.
the alarmo's ticking, dog. Not a joke.
All right, so we got Prime 4.
And then you like
what are the other games you're looking forward
Prime
to?
4,
Xenoblade
Chronicles X.
That's probably
again.
the one I'm most looking forward to. Did you play it on Wii U at all?
I touched it on Wii U.
I also touched it. I'm excited for A, the UI to improve.
Yep.
And B, the character models to look consistent.
And C, people to play online with.
I mean, that existed on Wii U.
That exists on Wii U, but now it's actually going to exist because it's a
Yeah.
system that people fucking have.
That is true. Was it? I don't think. But didn't you still have to be friends with people to play?
You probably did.
Yeah.
But-
it's not that big of a difference for
That's
us.
who knows? It's still a pretty big difference because we're both going to have the fucking
I mean,
game.
I'll say that just Xenoblade Chronicles in general is way more mainstream now.
Yeah,
So, like,
yes, it
more
is.
people will have the game because of that as well.
more people will be checking the game out. More people will be asking about it, which is cool, which is great. X is a weird game in the scheme of the series, but I think they're probably going to do something that ties it in a little bit.
Weird. It's like it doesn't take place on Earth, right?
Earth is gone.
Yeah,
that's the whole thing. Like the Earth,
but it is a different planet.
Yeah, the Earth got fucked up by aliens.
It's like, but it was recent. I kind of remember it being like the immediate prequel, and like them leaving Earth is they were like trying to find another. I could be mistakenly remembering this, but I feel like it was almost treated as like an unspoken prequel with the things that they kind of sprinkle in, like the super boss is kind of indirectly related to something in one of the other Xenoblade Chronicles games.
They make it seem like that, but in general, it doesn't. It's like as it is, it doesn't make sense because Xenoblade X happened when Xenoblade Chronicles 1 was just a one and done.
Right.
And then 2 happened.
It wasn't intended to be part of a franchise.
Yeah, right? Exactly. And then 2 happened, and then things changed for the series because
I would imagine they'll add some little sprinklage of like another side quest or a super boss that connects it somehow.
I fully expect there to be an actual like genuine connection that you can you can put a finger on. It's not going to be it's not going to be a huge mystery. It'll be like, oh, this is this character, or this is happening because, or this was referenced by this DLC.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be big. I think it's going to be to the tune of like how the Fog Beast Future Redeemed was like kind of like you have to squint really hard to realize it's related to Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Yeah. The it's going to be one of those things like if you know, and if you don't, it won't hurt your enjoyment of the experience at all. So yeah, I think those 2 games that we just mentioned, Metroid Prime 4 and Xenoblade, are also going to get some kind of benefit on the new machine. I don't think they're just going to get squirted out on Switch, the Switch we currently have, and that'll be the end of it. I feel like that'd be a weird like misfire.
Yeah.
To have these games come out,
especially right after a holiday season where a bunch of kids probably got new Switch consoles.
Yeah, they probably got new Switch consoles, and like of course these games should be playable on the original system if they work there.
Yeah.
And then if you upgrade to the next console, whatever the fuck it is, whenever it comes out,
you get whatever benefits from it.
Yeah, there might be explicit benefits for games, or there might be just a sweeping like, for these games that are on like frame rate, whatever resolution, they'll get a boost. They'll get upscaled to 4K or whatever, or they'll get a frame rate stability upgrade or some shit. Speaking of games on Switch, Hyrule Warriors, not Definitive Edition, but Age of Calamity could really benefit from that kind of thing.
It's pretty crunchy.
I don't mind how fucking crusty and weird it is. It kind of like emphasizes how fucked up the amount of shit that's going on is. And I'm like, oh, it's kind of exciting. But at the same time, I know some people get really motion sick when they deal with frame rates that dip up and down. So
the changing of the frame rate.
Yeah, so erratically. But yeah, that's where a bunch of accessory manufacturers have been like, oh, this is what the Switch, this is what the fucking thing looks like.
As part of Consumer Electronics Expo.
Yeah. Show.
They've been showing all the hardware. Like, this is what we're making for it. You all know it's coming.
My expectation is that the hardware, the physical bits of the hardware that you can see are really not going to be the important part. It's going to be stuff that they're doing with software and stuff that they're doing with the internals of the controllers and of the of the actual hardware itself.
Probably cool.
If the mouse thing is real, that's cool. I don't think it's something I'd ever use
until they put Mario Paint on Switch Online.
Sure, but rubbing the thing on a table seems just like I don't want to fuck my shit up doing that. I need a pad for that specifically.
A little bit.
A little what? Say it. Use
special.
The word. No.
You're a little bit special.
That's too.
When it comes to the pristine condition of your electronic toys.
You're right. It's because I need them to last as long as possible.
And that's reasonable.
I need them to feel as fresh as possible. You know why?
And you know what?
because I'm a psycho.
Rubbing it on a table is not going to damage it as badly as the fucked up Joy-Con sticks were.
My Joy-Con never drifted.
I can't believe that. How
My
is that
Joy-Con
possible?
never drifted.
How is that possible?
I
I've
mean,
gone through like 4 pairs of Joy-Cons that eventually got drift.
mainly because I find a way to not use them as much as I can. I find a way, like if I'm using the Switch, I just prop it up, use a Pro controller. If I am playing, I've always been very gentle on controllers. I don't think I've ever been hard on a controller in my life. Like if a controller wears down in my use, is because the controller just was kind of cheapy in the first place. Which actually makes me have to say, the fucking Xbox Series controller puts out this air of being this goddamn like tank. But that son of a bitch is the most fragile piece of fucking shit they could have fucking made. Within a year of having my Xbox Series controller started drifting, the left stick started drifting. I was like, what the fuck? Why? I have a crack on the left part of the handle. What the fuck? Why? It runs on fucking batteries, and of course a battery fucking leaked in my goddamn thing. Fucking
Ooh.
why? Why the fuck did all of that happen? That's like, what the fuck? The controller still works. It works fine. The sticks, the texture on the sticks, the Xbox, the texture is already like
worn away,
kind of worn away, and I'm just like, man, I don't even use it that much. It's just because this thing's a piece of fucking piece of dog shit.
Yeah.
In general, I'm like, why is it made this way? My fucking Switch Pro controller, which I probably use at least multiple times a week.
Absurd.
It's
how durable.
Like I cannot believe the one that I got day one when the Switch came out is still the controller I use the fucking most on that thing. And the one time it started drifting, I was like, what the fuck is this? I opened it and I pulled a fucking hair out of the stick. I was like, oh, it's over.
Pretty close. Mine's the Xenoblade Chronicles 2
Yeah, that's year one.
Yeah. So wild.
Insane fucking shit.
That's where all the juice went when it probably should have gone to the fucking sticks. That's what people use most.
The fucking Joy-Con sticks, the fucking problem with them is they designed it to be as small as possible, and they tried to keep the price as low as possible, which is ridiculous because the price is high as fuck.
It is high
for those fucking things. So if the sticks were going to be that way, like the thing protecting it from getting shit in is just a little flap. That flap just flips up, so shit can easily get caught under it. And just man, hopefully the build quality of the sticks specifically on the next controller is better.
That's one of the unspoken benefits of it being a little bit bigger.
Yeah,
is the sticks can afford to be bigger. So now they can just reuse the same sticks they have on the Pro controller or something.
What they need apparently they're Hall effect, but I doubt that.
I don't fucking care about Hall effect or whatever.
Yeah,
it's give me whatever the Pro controller has.
The controller just needs to be a little deeper so they can put a bigger stick box in it. Because just as it is, the thing is like if you are gentle with it like I am, great, but if you're a child or if you're just trying to actually enjoy the moment and play the games, then eventually these things are just going to get, they're going to fall between couch cushions and shit and pick up a bunch of stuff too. It's just like, there should be an easier, there should be an easier way to fix them yourself too.
Yeah.
But there just isn't. When they wear down, they're worn down. Yeah. I need to stop hitting the table because Paige is going to scream. But
are you excited for accessories?
The accessories?
Are you going to pick up any of these accessories they've been
showing?
No,
I'm not going to pick up anything. All I'm going to get is a case.
Do you have anything that's third party for Switch?
I had. Oh no! I do. I have all three of my Switch consoles have like a clear case over them. Those are all third party. The stick.
A case? Oh yeah, the case.
Yeah, the sticks are covered.
That's one of the things they've been showing.
Right.
Like that protective case.
Yeah. All of my every single one of my Joy-Con has a cover on the Joy-Con sticks.
I really don't like how those feel.
I got the Skull and Co ones because they fit. They're basically like a skin tight fit. They're good. They feel good.
This was the Pro. It's probably third party.
This is third party
Genki.
as fuck. Yeah, this is extremely third party. I want to know what that C button is.
That's why people were like, "Oh, it stands for community."
No.
It stands for connect. It actually probably does stand for connect.
Glitter? No, I'm sorry.
I still am holding out a glimmer of hope for it being something like
Interesting.
a mode where you can have two switches and have it do a dual screen
No,
thing,
no,
or have your switch and have the
no,
TV.
no,
I want
no.
that.
Why do
say
people
no?
want this dual screen shit? Dual screen is fine. Dual screen is fine. Look, dual screen was fine on the DS when there were small screens and a small form factor that you were they were close together. This Wii U shit you're asking for, nobody wants that shit.
Want it.
Nobody like. Nobody wants to program games for that shit. Just keep it normal.
Developers don't want that shit.
Yeah, developers don't fucking want that shit. I don't want that shit because all that's gonna happen is there are gonna be 2 games that use it well and nothing else is gonna use it right.
Just put a map on it.
No.
Just put a map.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Put a map and hotkeys on it.
Like having the on the TV. From the TV to your handheld. I really
wish everybody could have seen what the fuck I just saw, because that was inhuman. That was not good. That was some back alley shit for sure.
Oh my god. Well, look. You have your fucking on Wii U. I'm yelling. On Wii U.
I want to be walking to a destination, and while I'm walking, I want to glance at my map.
That's lame.
Why?
That's lame now. That shit sucks now.
Why?
Because this ADHD fucking addled game design shit means like you look down, it's like, oh fuck, I don't know what's going on anymore. Oh shit. Oh no, what the fuck? People do that shit all the time. It's real. That's real.
What are you talking about?
Like you even with like Star Fox Zero, it's like there's this screen split. You don't even have to look at the fucking gamepad half the time. You just kind of aim. The aiming is
play the game.
Just playing it like a Star Fox game works. That's why the characters in the game will be like, oh, use the motion controls for precise aiming. It's like, oh, don't use it all the fucking time because you're not meant to. But people don't understand that. People are not smart. People want convenience. People want easy. I get that. That I understand. I'm hitting the table again. That I can't blame them for. Thus, I don't want a bunch of games. What the fuck was that?
That would mean somebody was.
Oh. I don't want a bunch of people trying to play a game, trying to design a game around this 2-screen bullshit. The only reason I would want 2 screens to ever happen is for that Mario Party thing where you sit the switches down. But even then, we have it on the fucking Switch as it is.
What are you going to do when that's what the C button stands for?
If that's what the C button does, I'm going to be a shill and eat it. No, I'm kidding. I'm going to be like,
You're
why?
Not kidding, though.
No. I'm going to be like, why are you doing this? I'm going to get used to it, and I'm going to find a way to enjoy it, of course, but it's just like pointless. That's completely pointless. Why? No point.
Why not?
Well, tell me one implementation that would make sense outside of that dumb map shit.
That's the one.
Okay, useless.
That or connecting 2 switches together.
To do what?
Because I'm going to have this device that I'm not going to want to use anymore. So now I can put this in the dock as my base station, and then I can have my second Switch as my gamepad, and so I can do whatever. I can basically treat it as a Wii U, or I could play a DS game. They could port DS games, 3DS games. I could finally get Kid Icarus back. I could use it as a touchscreen, like the gamepad was.
So why would you do that with the Switch you already have? What sense does that make?
That's what I'm saying is, like, I can have it reuses the old hardware that everyone's gonna fucking have because everyone has a fucking Switch these days. And when everybody upgrades the Switch 2, it has to offload their old hardware. You don't have to do that anymore. There's a purpose for it. The purpose being that you can use it to supply that second screen either on a table in front of you or in the TV.
They ain't gonna do that. They ain't gonna do that.
They're probably not gonna do it, but I think it would be cool.
Having practically seen the Wii U and how it functions, asking
I don't
people,
I don't really have many issues with the Wii U physical implementation. I like the tablet. I don't like the ergonomics of the tablet. I think it feels like a cheap piece of shit.
I think people say that controller feels good. I don't actually.
I don't think the
it's
controller
too flat.
feels good.
I don't think it feels right.
I like the ideas and I like the functionality of it.
Let me see this.
Go ahead.
Something about this feels better than the gamepad. I think it's the weight and that's not so thick.
Yeah, it's like there's the weight to it. It feels like a actual piece of technology
Yeah.
and not like a fucking Fisher Price plastic
Yeah.
fucking etch a sketch.
But I at the same time, I don't think this Switch is going to get like this is done. If you get a second one, it's done. There's no
Right.
connectivity with it. But I think the Wii U's problem that it also asks you to have multiple things plugged in. It asks you to keep multiple all this shit charged.
That's true.
It asks.
But you already have your dock for the first Switch.
You already have your dock. You already have that. But what if you don't? Why then?
I mean, a USB-C cable is now the ubiquitous cord standard.
Sure, but why even make something that relies on somebody having two? People sell this shit.
I don't think it's, to me, it's more of like an added feature that like the old Switch is going to get an app that you can download to use it as like a controller. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Like
but
that will act as the C button. Is like you'll hit it and then it'll go into like Switch 2 controller mode.
Then what's the point of that?
I don't
know. I can't make a second screen experience make sense. Even the cell phone shit that people tried to do didn't work.
It's definitely not what it's for. It's definitely not what it's for because the Pro controller has a C button, which is like
then it wouldn't right exactly. Then it wouldn't make any sense, you know. But you closed the game.
I'm still dreaming. Yeah, I finished the level.
Oh. You still dreaming of what? I'm still dreaming. I'm still dreaming.
I'm really just. I want Kid Icarus back. That's all
I think
want.
I think you can get Kid Icarus back without having the second screen.
I could get Kid Icarus back a number of ways, but I think the way that I would be most likely to get it is if they don't have to fucking do anything but just emulate it.
Yeah, this would be ass.
Be so ass.
This would be the worst shit.
Are you talking about if it was vertical?
Yeah.
Don't ever do that.
Okay. Well.
Yeah.
Then what?
That was all I got. That was the most creative thing that I had.
Yeah. My only thought is the C button. I don't know what the fuck C button. I don't know what it could do, but it's not going to do that. It's not going to do second screen shit. Anyone thinking that there's going to be a second screen experience with the new console is and I'm sorry, this includes you this time, is dope.
Is what?
Is it dope?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so Ben fully admits that he's a dope, which is fine.
I'm just a normal guy looking for fun experiences.
I am too, but I've already had that experience.
No.
Now I've already had the fun of dealing with a Wii U. I'm not going to do it again.
And you would do it if they shoved it down your throat. You know it's true. All
right, next subject. What are you looking at?
Looking at the biggest games launching in 2025.
Okay.
We got a good lineup here. It's going to be a big year. You know, Switch 2 aside. We got Monster Hunter Wilds coming out in February. That's fucking soon as shit.
Yeah, that is soon as shit. I have to upgrade all my shit in order to play that. I tried to play the beta and it was not happening.
Yeah, it's smart that they're putting it on everything just at launch, though.
Yeah.
All the consoles. Do you think it'll be on Switch 2?
That game?
Yeah.
Maybe. That's a big maybe.
Is it a PS4? Or
no, there's no PS4 version.
It's going to be a next gen, current gen only?
Yeah. I mean, RE Engine is scalable, so maybe. But considering it doesn't run on my fucking PC well enough at all, I don't know what they would do. Granted, Doom Eternal came out on the original Switch, so anything can be.
Speaking of Doom, we got Doom the Dark Ages.
Yeah, Doom the Dark Ages. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, it's going to be more grounded, like not thematically grounded, but like gameplay wise, it's going to be more grounded.
I'm just really happy that like I enjoy the Doom games.
Yeah,
I do think the aesthetic is tired at this point.
Oh, interesting. Well, the new game has
sci-fi, like.
The new game has a new aesthetic, so
that's what I mean.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah,
I think it's like a really fresh idea that that series could benefit from.
Yeah, I think Eternal made enough a joke of the theming that like it's over.
Yeah, there's
that.
Just not much more to do.
Yeah, like Dark Ages, I'm 100% sure is going to be it.
Yeah. For
these new Doom games, but Machine Games, who's been working with id's technology and on id IP. did the Indiana Jones game just within the last couple of months. And that game turned out really well, apparently. I need to try it before I say it's really good, but
I touched it. It's really good.
What'd you touch it on?
Game Pass.
Okay.
My Steam Deck.
It's through streaming?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead.
No, I really wonder what's going on in the Xbox wheelhouse. We keep hearing rumors about what they're doing with Sony. Like, they actually are going to work on a handheld. They're going to continue to build on the Portal. Like, they've got a lot of shit going on still.
Yeah.
That is like pretty clear. Xbox, I just don't know, dude. Like, they did all the mergers and acquisitions.
Yeah,
they got a couple good games.
But what does it all mean?
What is the next step for them?
Yeah, like the console, people just ain't buying it. People aren't buying it.
Yeah. Like, console is actually over for Xbox.
Yeah, I think on a grand scale, I think Xbox as a console is they're already doing like, this thing you have, it's an Xbox, like your phone, your TV, if it can stream to.
You actually have an Xbox. It's just not an Xbox.
Yeah, you already have an Xbox.
Believe me, you have one already. Play our games.
You can play the games. You can pay the subscription. You can use it on your phone. But I think when it comes to Xbox and like Xbox Game Studios and everything, they already have games on every other platform. Yeah. They already have their name on shit that's on every other platform. Nintendo, PlayStation. It's just like.
Yeah, they're a software company now.
Yeah, and Microsoft always was a software company anyway.
Yeah, that's true. They never really had like Microsoft rigs.
Yeah.
Why does that word make you laugh? I need to understand.
We used to. If I remember right, that word was like one of those words we was like, why do people say rig? I'm working on my rig. It's like, because it sounds ridiculous. It makes it sound like you're working on something a lot like more heavy. Yeah. More heavy than a fucking computer or some shit.
I mean, I think you do have to differentiate now between like a complete computer and computer parts.
Yeah.
It kind of is at that point where it's like everybody's sort of like tinkering.
It is.
And like building their mishmash of shit.
From like piece by piece.
Yeah, piece by piece. So it's like when you say a PC, that could mean a fucking billion different things at this point. To me, a rig is like a completed package of a machine.
Fair.
A desktop, I think you could even just say like, you're just talking about the case.
Yeah. Oh.
Something along those lines.
I don't know about all that, but.
Why? What? Right? Okay, you beat the first level of Star Fox. Good job.
We need Ritalin.
I don't need Ritalin.
You need Ritalin.
Why do you think I need Ritalin?
Ritalin, dude.
My attention span's perfectly.
You need Adderall. You need
adult.
What's gonna happen when the little youngster comes up and he's just like
he comes out with an iPad in his hand.
Coco lemon.
Coco lemon.
Roblox. RuPaul's Drag Race. I'll just say that because
honestly,
we were watching it earlier.
I'd put him into special accelerated learning. That kid's fucking saying that shit right out the womb. That's crazy.
Special accelerated learning, right?
But going back to the games, GTA 6.
Oh yeah,
do you think we're actually getting it in 2025?
Fuck yes.
Why do you say fuck yes?
Hell
we have not seen a teaser, a trailer, or anything.
Yes, we have.
What did we see?
Last year they said they just
like all they said was they said it. They're like,
no, there's an actual teaser. Real.
Wait, there was no video.
Was there no video?
I don't think there was.
Yeah, there was video, dude.
They were like,
there's
landscape panoramas.
No, bitch.
There was no like gameplay.
Hold on. Look,
pull that shit up. A Creed Shadows.
You just say it.
Ass Creed Shadows.
There you go. No, just say it.
Assassin's Creed
Shadows.
Shadows.
There you go. I don't care about that fucking game. Not because of
not because it's
no. I knew you were gonna say that shit.
I knew you were gonna say.
Oh my fucking.
You hate that they made a black samurai. Just say it.
No, that's fucking having Yajirobe there as a black guy. No, Yasuke as a, as a black dude. Perfect, great. It's just it's a Ubisoft shit.
Yeah,
Ubisoft makes me
fully
Ubisoft,
aware.
dog.
Speaking of Ubisoft, I finally started Star Wars Outlaws.
I'm so sorry you're playing that game, and I know you like it, but
It's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine.
shite.
I don't know
Shite.
why people don't like it.
It's soft, dude. It's like soft. Not the fucking Kobe
I know
Bryant.
the GIF. Kobe Bryant, Black
Yeah.
Mamba.
Like what?
Just like in terms of the gameplay.
Why don't I feel like why doesn't nothing in that makes me think of like a fucking actual outlaw, dude?
I don't agree with that really.
I feel like everything is too nice in that game.
Too nice?
Yeah. It's like Spider-Man 2, too nice.
Well, I'm not very for it, but I will say I like the factions situation.
Yeah.
Where it's like you can fucking backstab and kill people from one faction and it'll positively affect other ones. And it'll like change your quest lines based on that. Like that shit feels somewhat legitimate. You're basically acting as a mercenary. Like outlaw might not even be the right word.
Yeah.
But like from the rip, you are an outlaw. Like it's kind of funny actually because you fuck up 2 jobs right in a row.
Yeah.
Like as part of the scripted game.
Uh-huh.
Like you do some shit
Like, and you're just like, oh fuck.
And you're just like, fuck, I just fucked up this safe cracking.
Oh.
Now these guys are coming in. I have to fucking shoot them in the head and run away. And now all the fucking troopers are after me.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, we'll get you off the planet. You just got to do this one job for us. You're like, all right, let's do this job. And you do the job and you fuck that one up too.
You fuck that. So you just suck ass.
Yeah, you like are bad at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, that's not the kind of bad that I thought.
Which is like,
gonna be.
I kind of enjoy that you're like this shitty little outlaw that's trying to like make a name for yourself and like kind of on an uphill battle.
I need you to see this dumbass thumbnail. This isn't real.
What am I? What
it's
is
old
this?
Tommy Vercetti and old CJ still dressing the same way. Stupid as shit. This is fake. This is real. Is real. Oh, I don't know why I said that.
Because that is real.
This shit is real.
It's just a cinematic trailer, dog.
Sure, but this is in, dude. We see something.
A
dog.
cinematic trailer is fucking fake.
It's fake.
We saw a cinematic trailer of Intergalactic. You think that's coming out this year?
No, but
exactly.
That's not. Look.
What did they say for the release date? All they said was 2025.
This is ugly enough that I can believe this is gameplay.
That's fair.
But yeah, they did say 2025. Like this looks like fidelity wise, it looks like games we already have. With how packed it is, it's the amount of things going on. Yeah, that's probably what is going to make it.
Let me rephrase what I'm going to say.
Go ahead.
We might get GTA 6 in 2025.
Okay,
but it's gonna fucking play like an early access game. It's gonna be a janky, broken mess.
Okay, I won't say
they're gonna have like a season pack of DLC content like ready to go.
Yeah.
Online is not gonna be ready or whatever. Like it's gonna be a massive disappointment on launch, and then it's gonna have one of these like upward,
fucking
revenge cycles. What do they call it? Redemption.
Revenge. But yeah, okay. I'm not gonna deny that it's gonna come out and it's probably gonna be fucking like anus butter.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna do a Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah.
Like straight up. But and even then, I like December 25th at the earliest would be my bet.
That's crazy. December 25th is when it comes out.
I think it'll come out maybe November. It's gonna be holiday.
I think the game's gonna come out in October. I think historically the Grand Theft Auto games have come out in October, and I think that'd be the perfect time to get them started.
That was 10 years ago, dog. Probably more than 10 years
try
ago.
20 years ago. I'm talking shit from 20 years ago, huh?
Was 5?
I'm not talking 5. I'm talking about GTA 3,
about
Vice City. Oh, let's see when it came out.
Like, my point being, when we say historically Grand Theft Auto games, like historically it was probably a completely different team, landscape, Rockstar organization.
Right.
I don't know if that really applies.
When did GTA 4 come out? GTA 5 came out in September.
I want to say it was 2011.
No. I know the year it came out. It came out in 2013.
2013.
GTA 4 came out April.
There that goes.
Hold on. I'm just talking about GTA 3 series. God damn! Stop fucking thinking I'm trying to stop auto-filling my shit. I'm gonna report this. Hold on. Yeah, GTA 3 was October.
Yeah, I mean that tracks.
Vice City is October. San Andreas was October.
So that trilogy was October.
Yeah.
And those were what, a year apart?
The San Andreas or GTA 3 and Vice City were a year apart. San Andreas is 2 years after
After Vice City.
Yeah, which makes sense because it's such a different game.
Yeah. Are you gonna get it at launch?
What, Grand Theft Auto? I'm not gonna have a console to get it on, and it's not gonna come out on PC at launch. They never do.
You don't think?
They never do.
It's a different world, dog. They never do.
They didn't even announce it for PC. They didn't even mention PC.
Wasn't?
No, they mentioned Xbox and PlayStation. They did not mention PC.
I
Red Dead Redemption 1 only
surprising.
just came out on PC.
Yeah,
it's not.
But they are doing it now more frequently.
They do it, but they don't prioritize it by any means.
Probably should.
They should. I don't know why they don't. Actually, yes, I do. Modders and shit. They don't want people making content that they can charge you for.
Yeah, the economy of it.
Yeah.
And then a game that I'm very excited for, Death Stranding 2.
Yeah, DS2. I need to finish the first game.
Really good.
Yeah, I have it. I've played about 10 hours of it.
It's very much a Metal Gear Solid game in terms of the mental impact that it had on me. I just like, oh shit. This game is trying to say something.
Oh yeah. I need to be in a state where
you do need to be in the right state for that game.
Because it's one of those games where I need to be in the right mindset. Otherwise, I'm like rushing, and you cannot rush that fucking game.
I do think the winter is the right time frame for it. Like I actually think like being snowed in and that feeling of being snowed in when it's like very still outside
is appropriate
the perfect
for that
atmosphere to be playing and just kind of binging through this game.
Yeah. Like, how long would you say it took you from start to finish to do the story at least?
The story is reasonably short. I mean, you want to do some of the side stuff it'd make you feel a certain way.
Yeah.
I mean, I can check my playtime. It couldn't have been more than 20, 30 hours maybe max.
Oh.
With all the side quests.
Really?
Yeah.
I've heard longer than that.
100% it.
Yeah, I know you didn't 100%.
100% it is a monotonous task.
Yeah,
and
that's the
5
point.
stars for all the fucking settlements. That's for people that are like probably a little too into the concepts of the game and like building the community.
Yeah, that's for people that really need to hold somebody's hand because
they need to like actually take the lessons of the
game and
like,
take it in
outside.
reality. Exactly.
Like,
it's
go to a fucking soup kitchen and volunteer.
Exactly. Interact with somebody and see what helping people really means. Because helping gamers is useless. Oops.
I would say it was probably less than 30 hours.
Okay. How long to beat is saying 35 to 40. Which
right.
is that doesn't sound too bad.
Yeah,
which means
not
I'm
as
like
bad
a quarter
as
through.
It feels like open world games usually are.
Yeah, my brain is like afraid it's going to be 80 hours, and the amount of time I put in Metal Gear Solid 5, I was like, I don't know if I can do that again.
I mean, I didn't do that to Metal Gear Solid 5.
Yeah, I know you didn't. It's just because that was my experience, you know.
It's also, I would say there's less content in the way that Metal Gear Solid 5 presents content.
Yeah.
Like Metal Gear Solid 5 has a fucking laundry list of 150 fucking side quests.
Yeah.
And Death Stranding doesn't. It has ones that repeat.
Yeah.
They come up over and over again, and like that's how you build the star ratings.
Yeah.
And you never really feel like you need to do that.
You need to do that.
To be honest. Like you get bonuses or whatever, you unlock stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But like that's really just for completion.
It's just to say that you did it. It's not. There's no like the game isn't holding you back.
Like it's like to be like a fucking macho man delivery man and the most kitted out
fucked
fucking
up, like carrying the most
armored vehicle.
Yeah, being the one man truck. Yeah. The one man freight truck. Yeah.
Very overkill for just like playing the game at a normal pace.
Yeah. I mean, I'm thinking the sooner I get back to it, the better, because I need to get to it while people are playing it still.
Yeah, that's probably
a lot
true.
Of people are
probably
doing
before 2 comes out would be definitely recommendation.
Exactly. Like I think a lot of people would probably be doing the same thing.
Yeah, I played it right after 2 was announced, and there was a fuck ton of people playing it.
Yeah.
The way they instanced that game is fucking cool.
Yeah. I mean, they borrowed those mechanics for Super Mario Wonder. So no, I kind of, but
Kind
I'm
of.
saying that as a joke.
More from Metal Gear Solid 5.
Yeah. Yeah, the through line from MGS5 to into Death Stranding is very clear and
it's
obvious.
It's very obvious.
It's not like if you enjoyed the way Metal Gear went from the way it did to Metal Gear Solid 5, which I know a lot of people didn't, then you can step into Death Stranding.
Is that because of the gameplay though?
Huh?
Was it because of the gameplay that people didn't like it, or was it just the story?
There's people that don't like the way
I can understand not liking the way the narrative is told.
Yeah, but there's people that wanted MGS5 to just be another like linear game. Like, it's the same people who like see Breath of the Wild. You know exactly what I'm saying. You see Breath of the Wild, like, where's Ocarina of Time, bitch? We had that 5 times. It's so
painful though, just because like even 1, 3, and 4 being the quote linear ones, are still such different fucking games.
They're all different from each other.
They're so different from each other.
It's like it's something I've learned about how people treat. Just from little observations, that how people treat these older games, I think I've mentioned this before, is they totally misremember them. Yeah. They totally misremember their experience. They don't understand, I've said this before, but they don't understand that their first experience is their only first experience. They're not going to be able to recreate that.
Right.
So having something different means that they get to have a first experience again. But if you resist that,
you resist change.
If you resist that change,
you have a bad new first experience.
Yeah, your new first experience is you fighting
soiled.
it.
Yeah,
you're just like, this isn't the same thing. It's like, no shit, it's not the same thing. Why would it be the same thing? We've had the same thing almost 5 times, like similar thing 5 times, and you don't need it again. If you've been around for all of those in a way that you like, I understand liking the way it used to be more. I can understand that entirely if that's the way you feel about it. I don't understand needing it to be that way forever, because there's just no way you'd be able to maintain that. Granted, I also say I wish Star Fox would just go back to being what 64 is, but that's because every other game has a bunch of gimmicks or some shit that I don't appreciate. And I just want a straightforward, just sell it to me for $20, lower budget Star Fox game that is Star Fox. I don't want something that's like, oh, this is some indie game that's like Star. Fuck you. I want Star Fox.
Yeah.
Give me Star Fox with all the sounds, all the game design principles and all that. And just have it be a straightforward fly, shoot, drive tank, shoot, drive submarine, shoot. Every once in a while you go into all range mode. I will buy that.
Those 3 modes.
Sell that for $30, like a single or double A game, or whatever you want to fucking call it. Download only or whatever. And I think people would be able to appreciate that as an arcade style experience. I certainly would. I like Star Fox Zero even. I like Star Fox Zero, but I think it gets in its own way a lot more than it should.
Yeah.
There's missions where you're doing slow shit.
Yeah.
And Star Fox isn't about doing slow shit. Which
is why they pair up with F-Zero so often.
Yeah, it's about getting into a mission, playing for a few minutes, finishing it, getting a score, and moving to the next one.
Yeah. Yeah, the pacing is a big part of it.
Yeah.
That Kazooie?
No. Don't worry about it. It's one of the It's one of the 2 oh my god. One of the 2 robots from the Sonic TV show.
Was it the bird?
Yeah.
Yeah. With Steve Urkel.
Yeah. One of the 19 Sonic shows I had fucking Steve Urkel running at the same fucking time.
We have all of them.
Stolen. Borrowed. No. But look.
No, they were stolen.
Yeah, that's all right. What the fuck were we talking about?
Star Fox?
Yeah.
Death Stranding 2.
Is there anything else in particular you want to talk about? Because we do have higher fans this time.
We do. We have 2 of them actually.
Yeah.
No, I was just gonna list off the other games that I'm personally excited for.
Go for it.
Claire Obscure.
Yeah.
Expedition 33. I would very much like to touch
see how that turns out.
Not just because the game itself looks good and a fresh take on turn-based RPGs, but it's also the perfect example of a double game that's gonna be $40.
Yep.
Like, give me more of that.
Low price.
Give me a 15-hour game
short,
that's like that. Yes.
Just pack it with gameplay. Pack it with.
Give me more fucking Hellblade. Like, give me more of that.
Yeah.
So that looks sick. We already talked about the Nintendo shit.
Yeah.
There There were two others that I want. Oh, Dragon Quest 1 and 2 remake.
Yep, excited to see that. I need to finish 3, but part of me just wants to have them all together.
Yeah, I mean
I'm
totally
going to buy
fair.
that on a game card too.
I was like, especially because they, not to spoil, they tie it directly to 1 and 2.
Yeah.
As like in the story.
Oh, they
which I didn't expect.
Yeah.
But it definitely makes you wanting to go
straight into them.
Into the next one. So I'm excited for those. And then I guess the last one that I specifically will mention is I'm very excited for the Legend of Heroes remake of the very first Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky game. That looks
good. I do not care about that series one single bit, but I'm glad you're excited for it.
I'm excited for it a lot. I think that series is really good in terms of taking an RPG and making it feel like a cozy adventure.
Interesting.
Because I think most RPGs have very high table stakes.
Yeah, they
have very
right.
epic proportions.
Yeah.
And a lot of like
world-ending
mythical monsters, and that's just like this game's about a bunch of kids that are like helping their
going
hometown,
on a trial.
like,
yeah,
being like little detective police cops.
Okay.
Like scouts.
Going
and then
on their
like
trails.
their dad like is like on an extended trip, and they're like, oh, we should like go see if he needs help or whatever.
And then
you're like, find like thieves, and like just it's a very down to earth.
Find out that he's with his other
until
family.
The very final like
encounter.
Very final like area, and then you're like, oh, okay, now it's
the stakes.
There's actually like a global conspiracy.
Oh, oops.
Which is also part of it, though, because it's like also one of the only franchises that's as long running as it is, and it's actually all interconnected.
Oh, like everything you need the first one to get the second one to get the third one to get the fourth one.
Yeah, I mean, you do in terms of like the arcs themselves. Mm-hmm. Each arc takes place in a different like country.
Yeah.
In the overall world.
Yeah.
But like, it's interesting because you can play the arcs out of order. Like the first one I played was actually Cold Steel.
Mm-hmm.
And there's shit that they reference in like the little books, the flavor text, all that stuff that you can find when you're just like, it's a game that wants you to spend time just in the game world more than even like playing the game itself.
Yeah.
Like it encourages you to like just talk to all of the townspeople all the time.
Okay.
Because they say different things and they have their own little like stories.
Yeah.
Baked in, so like as the game progresses, they'll be telling you like about their lives and how they're like changing. Like, oh, this neighbor is like now meeting the other neighbor. Now they're like going on their first date, and then like in the next game they like have their
they're
first
progressing
kid.
to like
the
different
NPCs progress. Like they have their own little narratives.
They have their own lives,
which
so
like,
they don't seem
very easy to bypass if you just play the game and
plow
blast through it.
Yeah.
So it asks something very different. I think that's also why a lot of people bounce off of it, and I totally get that as well. But like in all that flavor text, you'll also see a lot of references to the other events
that have happened in the other arcs. Yeah,
which is wild because even in the older Sky games, they're referencing things that didn't happen until PS2.
They didn't get seen until the later games.
So like they had this all kind of at least outlined.
It all seems like it's been webbed out to me. Yeah, that has always seemed like.
Yeah, there's a lot of attention to detail.
It always seemed like these games were like books.
Yeah,
it's like reading a series of books.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited that there's going to be now a more approachable way to start with that series.
Yeah.
The thing I'm most intrigued by is that there's now like an action mode.
Yeah.
Like not turn-based.
Right.
And I don't know how that's going to work.
But I know somebody that would benefit from that.
Yourself?
No, not me. I like turn-based games, dude.
Oh.
You know who I'm talking about. Think about it.
Zach?
No.
Zach said he would benefit.
Zach, even then, but Zach likes turn-based games. It's the one who always complains about us playing menu games.
We.
Yeah, there you go. Always complains.
He's not going to fucking play a Trails in the Sky game either.
At least the option is there. Okay.
All right. Higher fans.
Look at this. Within the month, was it the month or the last couple of weeks? Within the last few weeks.
Yeah.
We
were blessed.
We were blessed with a new mod for the game Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite called Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite and Beyond. This mod project was spearheaded by the YouTuber, the content creator known as Maximilian.
Maximilian Dude.
Yeah, dude, whatever.
DOOD.
Yeah, D00D. Is it zeros? I think it's zeros. and that entire team.
Personally,
No, stop. Wait, let me get to that my own way. So this mod looks to revamp all the visuals of Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite into something that looks more in line with like MVC3 and some of the rest of the series, plus making it look more palatable for people that haven't played the game but would like to try it, and making the game look a little less gross and slimy and creepy, and more comic booky, more colorful, more exciting. And I can't.
Is it MVC3 or MVCI?
MVC and Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Infinite.
Yeah, to make it look more like what MVC3 did look like. Though.
Oh, okay.
So in a lot of ways, not always. And I think as an idea, that's great. And I can't complain too much because it is a free mod. Let me just get that squared the fuck away before I start roasting.
The year of hatred.
Yeah, the year of hatred. But I think that as a mod, as a product that you put on top of Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, it's cool. It's cool to have it. It's nice to have something different, for like something that looks different. They changed some of the sounds, they changed some of the music, all of that. But I think the hype cycle that's been created around this game, especially the way Maximilian has been talking about himself around this game, and around this mod, and the way it's been talked about and presented up to release, has been a little bit what's the word? There's some dissonance between what I got to play and the way they talked about it. And let me explain.
Let's fucking go.
So MVCI for a lot of people is ugly as fuck, and I get it. But its aesthetics are cohesive, and they're actually very easy to look at in the context of playing it as a fighting game. I can see where everything is, and it's not really too painful on the eyes or anything like that, despite a bunch of effects and shit going on.
Yep.
Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite and beyond, unfortunately, takes what was there, and they did a lot of work to change things, and I appreciate how much work they put into it, but it all looks very fan arty.
Yeah.
And I don't like having to say that.
Like deviant art?
Like some of it looks, the quality of the art is quite good, but I think there are a lot of little things about it that add up to kind of annoy me when I look at it, rather than make me want to play it. And one of the first things I'll mention in the negative, because I'm going to follow up with a positive after that, is that the new visual effects they put on the characters, like the black outlines and the halftone patterns and the more highly saturated colors on the characters, those all come together to look very garish. And the reason I say that is, like, the saturated colors already make my fucking eyes burn, basically. And the black lines, which Maximilian has made a lot of excuses for, like, oh, Marvel Rivals even had the same problem with them. That made me feel so. I was like, what? Don't even compare this project to that. Like, it's not the same scale in any way. But adding the black outlines in the Unreal Engine game, those outlines get drawn on top of a lot of things, and they're not. Some of them aren't pruned, so they're like characters' hair will just be covered in these weird black, spindly black shit all over the place, and it's very, very, very distracting, and it detracts from what is the art that's actually genuinely improved. It detracts from that. Like I'll say Sigma's face looks fantastic. What they did with his face and the lighting and the shading on it looks great. But his body, his Buzz Lightyear ass fucking like top upper body piece, is very difficult for me to look at, because now it's just this bright green light that's flashing in my fucking eyes the whole time. And that's that's kind of the thing that the whole mod is about. It's like something's good and then something's fucking ugly as shit. Speaking of Sigma.
I imagine a lot of that is probably due to like how many people collaborated on this
Yeah,
without like I imagine it wasn't structured like a team. It was probably like, okay, everybody do your
everyone do
thing,
your thing
and
and
then
then
we'll
put it
just add we'll
together.
stitch it together without
Yeah,
any kind of feedback mechanism.
like there's always something that looks like Zero looks good, but then his hair has this weird like red highlight on it where a shadow should be, which again is very distracting.
Yeah.
Venom has a ton of cool different color schemes and everything. I think Venom's the most.
Like the light blue.
Yeah, the light blue. I think Venom's the best looking character in the thing because they obviously put the most work into making him look like the animated series and then Marvel vs. Capcom 1 and all this kind of thing. But then he stands out against characters like Dante, whose textures were all changed. And it's like, oh, we fixed his face. And I was like, wait a minute. You guys know they fixed his face before release, right? Like they patched it. They patched him and Chun-Li's faces. Y'all know that, right? But then you look at his face and Chun-Li's faces, and they both look like they've got some kind of fucking syndrome because the black lines make their eyes look like slumpy, and they look very strange because things aren't coming together the way they probably imagined they would, and they gave themselves like 8 months to do it. And it's like for everything they do, like I said, for everything they do right, there's something that makes it look like it's a fan project.
Right.
And like look at this fucking title, one of the main menu bits of artwork. Like I can't.
It's a really incohesive.
Yeah, it's
just
incohesive.
Like the thickness of the lines, the art style. It's clearly that those were drawn by. It's very Magfest art.
Yeah, see that looks like that. But then you have something like look that looks like this. If they all look like this, I'd be like, oh, that's cool. That looks great.
Is that official?
No,
oh,
exactly.
That
This looks
really
fantastic. Good. And there was another one that I thought like this one looks good. It's not the best one. I don't like the way the faces look in this artwork at all. I don't think that actually matches the comic book style that they're going for.
Right.
But this is, if they all looked like this, then it's over. This is fucking fantastic. This Dormammu and Jeddah, and it looks real. This shit is what I wish all of them looked like.
Yeah.
And I know it wasn't going to be that way because there are a bunch of different contributors to the project, which is, again, it's fine. Everyone's style is different, but I think when you're trying to make the game look like, the whole point of the mod is to look cohesive. Right. When you do that,
to improve it.
You break that and you get in your own way with that kind of thing. And they change models. Like Captain America, he used to be this weird big shoulder guy with eyes too far apart, and like his eye mask was too far apart. They changed his model to something a little closer to whatever. They gave Strider they ripped Strider's model out of the 2014 Strider reboot and gave him that costume in the game. That's cool. Again,
you know what I will say on their behalf in terms of giving them a little bit of slack?
Yeah.
Is it's probably not cohesive or not as cohesive as it should be. But how does it compare to the cohesiveness of fucking Marvel vs. Capcom 2? And the fact that all the sprites are ripped from different games.
But see, that's the thing. That's like the other thing. It's like MVC2 is a known mess.
Yeah.
Everyone knows it's a mess. It looks like a mess. It feels like a mess. The sound is a mess. But that ends up coming together to be its own special kind of mess because that's what Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is.
Right.
But when you're modding Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite to be something different, but it's not different, it's just got a bunch of fan art on it, then it's like, does this make the game better?
Yeah.
And for some people, it absolutely will. But I also think, and this is going to sound rude, whatever. I also think a lot of people don't have taste. And which is also, like I said, like if you enjoy it, that's fantastic. I think people get
blinded by what they want.
What they think they want, yeah.
Not even so much what they think they want. It's like they know what they want and they see something that is maybe getting closer.
Yeah.
And it's easy for them to overlook the drawbacks that are incurred just because it's something newer and perhaps looks closer to what they would have wanted. Or at least being told that
that
it
this
is
is what they want.
That it is what they
Yeah.
want without it necessarily without looking too deeply at it.
And I'll say I'm grateful that all these people came together to make it. But to make this thing. And just another thing when it comes to like the sound, the music. Some characters like Zero, I think, got a new theme from Alex Molaka, that the guy that like critiques music. Guy. Yeah. That's cool. That's awesome. But then you have Gamora, who I mentioned this in chat. Gamora just gets fucking She-Hulk's theme from MVC3 ripped straight out of it because they're both women with green skin. And that, again, why does Zero get this brand new theme and then Gamora gets this? Like, make them consistent. Racism? Huh? Is it?
I'm trying to figure it out.
I don't think it's racism.
You could make an argument.
But I think it's very somebody who would make that mistake is the same kind of person that would benefit from racism and kind of be ignorant of that. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like it's the same thing. People are gonna hate me saying this, but I don't give a fuck. It's the same thing as like you see black characters, so their theme has to be like rap music. It's like, no, it doesn't. You fucking weirdo. Like, why isn't it hip hop, dog? It's because it doesn't have to be. It's cool if it is, but it doesn't have to be. Clearly, the mod isn't quite done, huh?
How does it
plays
play?
Like Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. I know there's balance changes that they made, but they're basically invisible. I can't.
So it's mostly just.
I don't really know. It's mostly cosmetic.
Okay.
It still plays like Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, which
for better or for
the game,
worse.
yeah, I think that game is fun to play. But what they did to it doesn't actually address the problem of the roster being fucking lame in general. Like, you have to have the DLC to have any interesting characters.
Yeah. No X characters.
No X-Men, no any of that. I think making it look better or look different isn't enough to address why, like, where's the and beyond part? It doesn't really address what problems Infinite had. And I'm mainly being very critical because of Maximilian himself talking about his role in it as if he directed a full game. Yeah. And it's like, hey man,
that's definitely the YouTuber thing.
Yeah, like
that's the clout accelerationist.
I in general, I don't think of him as a very ego-driven content creator, at least on the outside.
Yeah.
But I think this kind of soured me on that particular aspect of him, because he acknowledges all the people that he got working on all of that and things like that. But every once he's like, I directed a game. I'm directing a game, man. I'm busy. I'm directing. It's like, no, you're not. And the fact that you've worked on games before should tell me that you know that what you're doing is you're directing a mod of a game that exists already. This isn't your game. So please stop calling it that.
Yeah.
You didn't make a game. That's like saying you built a Porsche because you painted one. You didn't, you know?
Or like because you wrapped it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, what you need to understand is what you did is you made fan art. And it's a mod of a game that you like, that people are playing, that people have played.
I'd rather prop up the individual pieces that are really good, like that one
that
splash art.
Yeah, the splash art,
the music that's fully redone.
Yeah,
like, that's the good shit.
I think once you reframe it like that, if you could reframe it like that, it brings it down to the level where it actually is,
like a realistic level.
Yeah, and it would actually make it more fun to engage with. So in comparison, there's the Marvel vs. Capcom 3, like the character mods that actually he put a bounty on being able to mod characters anyway, so it's partially his contribution too. But those things, as janky as they are way more interesting to me because they're adding new characters. They've made a specific point of making them only Capcom and only Marvel characters. They go from being like cobbled together pieces of other characters to having new animations, having new rules and everything. And they kind of like, people just kind of make characters and make them work from all their corners, and you kind of put them all together. And that actually feels more in the spirit of like MVC, especially MVC 2, than Infinite and Beyond does, which it just kind of puts a paper bag over what you think is an ugly game.
Yeah.
While you play it, it's like
the Amazing Bag Man.
Yeah, that's funny because they could have put him in the fucking like as an alternate costume in the game. Um, but if I know that Infinite and Beyond is still being worked on. I know it's not like fully done yet, even though they released what they call 1.0. So we'll see how that changes. Like, see if anything changes. See if it gets a little bit more of a soul. But as it is, it feels like I'm playing the Deviant Art game, rather than a cohesive Marvel experience. Whereas, ironically, the uncohesiveness of the MVC3 modding community makes it feel more cohesive because all of it is like hyper jank. It's not posturing as this like big overhaul of the game. It's just the pieces. It's the sum of its parts rather than thinking from the top and then trying to climb there. It's just building up to the top, and just that top changes the more they change it. So I think Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite and Beyond is worth trying out. You might have a different opinion of it than I do. My criticisms are all mainly nitpicky, but I also think that Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite by itself actually doesn't look that bad. I think it's got an aesthetic. I think the story cutscenes are shit, but I think everything around that looks really good. And I will say, the best looking thing in the mod is actually Ultron Omega, which is Ultron and Sigma put together in like the big hand claw thing that Sigma does in some of the games. I think that looks incredibly good. Like, that shit could appear in a new Mega Man X game, and I'd be like, oh, Capcom made that.
Yeah.
Whoever redid the texture for that should be fucking proud of themselves because they fucking blew that shit the fuck away. But like I said, there's a lot of little things to like about it, but I think they're a little overshadowed by things that feel just too fan arty, if you know what I mean. So that's my opinion on that. Yeah.
So coming down to the real question.
Yeah.
Hire or fire?
Hire some, fire some. So some of the team.
But specifically, the director of the game, Maximilian dude.
But he fired himself. He already said, like, I have a kid to take care of. I can't keep directing this game, so I'm just going to leave it to the team. It's like, man, you came in here 8 months and said, all right, well, we released it. Bye. Like, weird, dude.
Yeah.
They take care of your kid. Like, I think you kind of got a reality check, but you don't need to pretend for your fucking audience, dog. Just say, oh yeah, it's like I was putting too much time into this thing. It's really not worth all that time. So I'm done.
All right. Well, we're already at an hour 10.
We'll talk about the other thing next time. Star Fox, right?
No.
What was it?
Sonic Robo Blast.
Dude. We'll talk about it next time. I probably should just play it myself.
Yeah, I want to give you a chance to play it because I have it on my Steam Deck.
Oh, okay, there you go.
All right. That was good. You like this shit? Give us a like, comment, subscribe on our various platforms. Send us an email at memoryleakpodcast@gmail.com. We're on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, iHeartRadio. I don't know if it's
yeah, you did say iHeartRadio Network, yeah.
Fucking all this shit. YouTube. There you go. All right. Till next time, have a good start to your year.
Let it rip.
Do your fucking resolutions. Be a real person. Contribute to society.
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 Sucks that. All right.